there, folks. So welcome back to the, I don't know if this is the January edition, the February edition. These are the boxes that arrived in February. In the case of this one, like 2 weeks late. So this is the Nerd Block versus Loot Crate head-to-head unboxing. Last month, Loot Crate absolutely destroyed. The big trend was everything in the Nerd Block was just shit bought off the shelf. That was why I canceled the sci-fi block. The sci-fi block was just shit bought off the shelf. But I had a friend make an interesting point when I posted the Sprezza box unboxing, and it seems to fit. So he made the point that he thought a lot of these companies will buy up surplus materials. And, they'll get them on the cheap, something that's been discontinued, and they will put them in their boxes, and that's where they get the material for the boxes. And I thought about the fact when I was putting together the list of URLs so you could build your own sci-fi box and not have to pay them money for that piece of shit, it was very easy for me to find that Stormtrooper hat. It was very easy for me to find a lot of that material. And I'm really starting to wonder if that's not the case. And likewise, I'm starting to wonder if that's not the case why the Nerd Block stuff has been sucking so hard for such a long time. So, to try and give them the widest playing field possible, as many advantages as I can, I'm going to unbox the Nerd Block first, and going to see what's inside, and hopefully there's going to be some decent stuff. Come on, guys. Give me one or two original items, one or two things that I can't buy out of Diamond Previews, one or two things I can't buy on the web, one or two things I can't go to a comic shop and get. Please, Jesus, God, I don't want to discontinue you, but you're making it very, very, very easy to. So let's dive in here. I see the obligatory t-shirt we will look at the end. I see a... Well, let's see. All right, let me open this up here. It's in plastic wrap. I have the Laura Palmer of toys. Technically, it says Nerd Block on it. It is a, but it also has a UPC code. I'm confused on that one, but it is a Deadpool plush toy. In case you haven't heard, a Deadpool movie came out recently. It's been doing kind of well from what I hear. Well, up to the point they're going to make an R-rated Batman versus Superman cut. As if I wasn't already unenthused about that film coming out. Poor DC Comics. They are the ultimate in me too, me too, me too. Marvel does something innovative, and then here's DC. DC is like that friend who's always behind the trend. In the early 2000s, 2000, maybe 2001, they're the friend who's just getting into Pokemon right when everybody else is like, oh, God, how am I going to get rid of all these cards? Then you sell them off to the friend and you profit. DC is apparently doing a R-rated Batman Superman cut because, Deadpool, an R-rated superhero film, is just mopping up. But I got to say, though, and again, I'm going to have a bad nerd moment, and this is not judgment against either of the boxes, but I'm in Deadpool fatigue, man. It's like the month leading up to the film, everywhere, the comics, crossovers like crazy. Guys, enough Deadpool, please. Nerds in general, give it a break. It was a great film. I loved it. It was a fucking amazing, amazing, amazing film. But I am really in Deadpool fatigue in the big picture. But again, this could sit on my desk. It's hip, it's timely, it's trendy. Oh God, yes. This is what I'm talking about. Something original. I see no UPC code, and it's cool. Why it didn't make it in arcade block, I don't know. But it's those of you who are of a certain age, read old, can remember the days of the old Nintendo Entertainment System when they were Nintendo pretty much had a dominant lock on home gaming. Poor Nintendo, how far you've fallen. for kids who weren't around in the mid to late 1980s and really even the early 90s until Sega kind of started to undermine them. Nintendo owned home gaming, man. The NES was just like standard equipment in every middle class suburban household. And Nintendo got a little drunk with power. They got a little crazy in terms of the accessories. And one of the big accessories that they made was the Power Glove. It was basically an NES controller mounted to a glove. There was some, I don't know if it was RF, but there was a little bit you could use the glove to actually control and interact with things on the screen. And of course, you also had the an actual standard NES controller. So this is a oven glove. Someone at NerdBlock put down the Diamond previews just long enough to say, you know what, we could make an oven mitt. You know, and this is my partner subscribes to NerdBlock as well. I subscribe, so this is very cool. NerdBlock, more shit like this, please. Less shit off the shelves, more shit like this. This is cool. This is what I'm paying you for every month. This is what I want to see more of. I want to see a little creativity. And by creative, I don't mean looking at Diamond previews or a liquidator's catalog and saying, let's get 20,000 of these, let's get 30,000 of these, let's get, oh look, pop vinyls, let's buy them by the dozens. All right, so 1.5, the Deadpool figure was cool, but not quite a 2, so 1.5 so far. Let's see. Hey, look. Again, holy shit, they've woken up. This is an exclusive. And as an adult, and by adults I mean big adolescent child, this is something I can use as soon as I get out of the package. How do we do this? So, just so you can see the in classic Super Mario Brothers scripting, it is Super Wine Stopper. The wine is in another castle. Oh, no such thing. There it is. All right, so what we have here is one of the classic Super Mario Brothers mushrooms, but it is designed to be a wine stopper. You put it in, you keep oxygen from getting in, you keep your wine from turning into very expensive vinegar. Not that mine ever stays open usually that long to do that. Some of the cooking wines that I use, maybe, but... So, NerdBlock, holy shit, what happened, kids? You stopped sucking all of the sudden. So... 2.5. Let's see. We have. Oh, yes. Hey, speaking of Batman, Superman, just in case you haven't heard, you probably haven't. I only this past week started seeing like aggressive trailering for the film. Maybe I'm just having flashbacks to like 1989, but it seemed like we knew in 89 that a Batman film was coming out about 6 months in advance. You could not swing a dead Robin, pick one, without hitting hype regarding to the Batman film. I'm only now just seeing like TV trailers for Batman, Superman. I'm seeing no social media push, and as far as I know, the film is like a month away. And I'm not feeling it. When superhero films are coming out, I'm like excited, man. I was even excited for Kung Fu Panda, but totally on a different reason. Batman, Superman, I'm like, Somebody on my social media wall, they had a little calendar of all the superhero films that are coming out on a year-by-year basis, and I looked at it. This was about a week and a half ago, and I saw Superman, Batman in March, and part of me was like, holy shit, that is coming out. I'm just not feeling these damn DC films. God, and it breaks my heart too, man. I love the DC superheroes when I was a kid. I cut my teeth watching the Super Friends cartoons on ABC, man. It is breaking my heart to see DC doing just perpetual dumb thing after perpetual dumb thing after perpetual dumb thing, man. It was like being a Charlie Sheen fan in the early 90s. It's like, how much more stupid can you get? And he found a way to do it until he hit rock bottom. DC, between the reboot after reboot after reboot. I saw on one of the comic sites I follow, DC apparently has an all-access app. And of course, my question was, does it reboot your phone in a month when the content gets stale? DC just cannot do any goddamn thing right with regards to comics, or in this case, comic films. I'm not feeling Batman, Superman. I'm not feeling the Justice League film. It's just, I don't even know I'm going to go see it, man. I didn't see the last Superman, Cataract Superman, dimly dark, poorly lit. I didn't go see any of the Nolan Batman films. Art House Batman just didn't do a goddamn thing for me. But in this case, getting off my nerd rant, it is a glow-in-the-dark Batman logo. And, one small saving grace is we have that wonderful, I guess you would say, kind of classic Batman, that 70s, 80s. I don't know if that's Neil Adams or not. I probably have some comic nerds who could take a look at this, but anyway, so, I would say all in all, let's see what we have in here. All in all, a good month for the Nerd Block. This March, hey, Nerd Block Classic will have a heroic exclusive from, the film that I'm just not getting into at all. You can also expect epic items from, from Game of Thrones and Karate Kid, and the little bubble on the dude says, "Psst, one of the items is a celebrity autograph. Don't miss March's Nerd Block Classic." So what that's telling me is Ralph Macchio probably got a check about a month ago and probably had a day where he was in the office signing something. I'm going to go on record. Either that or, God forbid, the last time they did one of these autographs, man, they took like someone whose name was written in teeny tiny print all the way down at the bottom of the credits and like had to Google to see who the hell she was. We may not even get like a Macchio autograph in Karate Kid. Oh God, the little blonde Aryan wet dream, the guy that Macchio's character Daniel beat up at the end. He might be the person autographing. But all right, Nerd Block. Stay of execution. You actually handed in. Oh Christ! I totally forgot the T-shirts. Let's see here. I see. Hey. Okay. Well, hey, did I mention that I was in Deadpool fatigue? I'm in Deadpool fatigue, and I'm not even griping about the fact that this is a 3XL, and I've lost weight to the point I need to contact both Loot Crate and Nerd Block and get them to start putting 2X's in my box because, if you look at the T-shirt, look at me. Look at the T-shirt. Look at me. This thing is just like a bloody tent. I had someone tell me I should go die of cardiac arrest on the Sprezza box. Homeboy, I got bad news for you. I do about an hour of cardio a day. I do 30 minutes on the treadmill. I do 30 minutes on the recumbent bike. Plus I do resistance training 5 days a week. My heart, cold, stony, and unhuman as it may be, my heart ain't stopping anytime soon, son. So I got bad news for you. Request denied. The shirt's not bad, but again, I don't regret the fact that I will probably never wear it because a lot of the stuff that's in the clothing rack behind me, it's all 3X. It's all going in storage bins until I have my big fat weight relapse. So, Nerd Block, not bad, kids, not bad. You handed in something decent. So let's see what's in the Loot Crate this month, since it may not be a slam dunk for Loot Crate for once. It may be a slam dunk for Nerd Block, kids. Let's see here. So we have. I will show this. It's Deadpool. It is a Q-Fig. I don't know what the hell a Q-Fig is, although I will probably Google it shortly as soon as I'm done. The back reads, "Eat blazing doorknobs of death, banana face." QMXonline.com. And I can only assume... Oh, why not? Yes, it is exactly... I'll tell you what it looks like. It looks like a Hero Click without the base. It is a sculpted Hero Click. That's basically what it is. A slightly super deformed, slightly exaggerated, or maybe it's Zika Deadpool. The head's a little too over proportioned for the body, but All right, so at least it's original. I will give them that. I mean, yes, it's kind of a vinyl figure, and you know, if you've watched these videos, you've heard me complain about the vinyl figures and complain. So, my God, 2 boxes with no vinyl figures. Holy shit! I hope you don't have Pop Funko stock, man. You got to be losing some money this month because these 2 don't have vinyl figures in them. Let's see. Okay, so I'm not even going to say nerd mode. I don't give a single fuck about The Walking Dead. Zombie films are basically all the same thing. Let's put people in makeup and show each other what dicks human beings can be. I realized that formula as soon as I realized that they were making The Walking Dead into a TV show, and I really had no need to sit down and... I have friends, like, you know, my partner Drew, I love the fuck out of him, but our first real fight when we were in a relationship was I put down zombie porn prohibition. It's like, if he wants to watch a zombie film, I'm going somewhere else. Don't want to watch it, not interested, absolutely, completely, and totally disengaged. So the first, I think 2 seasons of Walking Dead, Sunday nights were me nights. I was up here in this room doing various things, probably at that point in time when it came on. I was deep in my World of Warcraft depression hole. So the series got so dank and depressing that my roommate, love him as I do, even quit watching. The funny thing is my mother, my little old mother, my little almost 70-year-old mother, was watching The Walking Dead, and that was kind of a surprise in itself. She sent me a text message on iMessage a couple years ago and said, "Oh, there's a Walking Dead marathon." I'm like, "The fuck are you doing watching I know you live in Florida. I know you're down in Fort Myers, but Walking Dead TV show is not like The Walking Dead that you see in Fort Myers." So, you know, she even said, "This is really depressing." I'm like, "Have you seen the zombie show, Mom?" So, getting off tangent again. Listen, it's an exclusive, so goddamn Loot Crate. You don't really have me interested by the subject matter, but this is Soap on a Rope, Daryl Walker's ear necklace, and I can only assume that one of the characters, for every zombie he kills, he cuts off the ears and he keeps a necklace. You know, when I was a little kid, my childhood barber Warren always used to threaten me that if I squirmed in the seat or if I misbehaved, he would cut off my ear with a straight razor. And then the motherfucker had a real, genuine straight razor. He had no problem. He had a leather strap on the side of the chair, too. It was really cool. You'd walk in, and he was sharpening it up, man. He had no problem waving that and threatening. It's like, "I got a cat, and if you don't settle down, my cat's going to have an ear in his tender middles tonight." So... apparently collecting ears is not just something for grizzled old barbers anymore. Apparently it is now the latest zombie fetish thing. So, again, you know, great stuff. Not really my thing, but still great stuff. We have okay, so I see why. February 2016, the theme is dead, but man, again, the pool, the pin. Loot Crate has upped their damn game on the pin. Last month they did the same thing. This is like an enameled and engraved pin, man. You know, you can kind of see there. They're doing like high quality production. You know, again, not really into the theme, not digging the stuff that's in here, but at least the quality is good. You know, I could give the Soap on the Rope to a friend, not out of a sense of shame. It's like, "Oh, they got this shitty box, you got to take it." But it's like, "Hey, here's something really cool. You're into this TV show. Here, take this." We have, hey, more Walking Dead. Okay, Walking Dead fatigue. I'm going to say it. I am sick of the damn show. I have friends on social media. I know who dies. I know who's gonna I am sick and fucking tired. I have never hated a show so much that I've never watched. So we have some kind of a figure kit. I may actually leave this in package and see if my comic guy can get it in. Sadly, UPC code. But, you know, still, one thing retail, you know, we can forgive a little retail here and there. We have the magazine. This month's theme is dead. How to Survive a Zombie Apocalypse. Don't vote Republican. Wade in with Deadpool. Q&A with iZombie, blah, 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 blah. Oh, the Crateful. Oh, kids. The Crateful Dead. The the staff credit list. Oh God, you guys, I should disqualify you for that pun alone. Let's see here. I'm looking through the magazine. Probably nothing. Yeah, not really grabbing anything here that we need to forward on. So, well, apparently they did. Okay, so exclusive Deadpool and X-Force variant. So they did 2 versions of the Deadpool figure. We have, okay, so the t-shirt, haven't gotten to the t-shirt yet, but the t-shirt has been spoiled. I've seen it, but I'm okay with that. So the t-shirt is red. Red is not always my color. And again, the t-shirt is 3XL. And the t-shirt is Deadpool shouting the word tacos. I thought it was chimichangas, but, you know, Mexican food, sure. I'm a semi-fat dude. I can go with that. Kind of disappointed, man. You know, for all the Deadpool hype, and though I've said that I'm in Deadpool fatigue, poor Pandapool, man. I was really hoping to see some kind of semi-cool Pandapool stuff coming out, you know. Especially given the fact, you know, Kung Fu Panda came out a couple weeks before. Nobody has capitalized on that. So, boxing this up, thinking, God, this is actually kind of a hard month to figure out. It was like, you've got the Loot Crate, which has been consistently delivering good stuff. You know, Loot Crate stepped their game up a couple months ago, and they've just been going balls to the wall since. But the theme really didn't grab me, and like, you know, it's not that the quality of the stuff was bad. It was just kind of like, you know, this is not stuff that I would probably even take in and put on my desk. But at the same time, you got Nerd Block, who at one point in time were putting out some pretty spectacular boxes. They finally came out of nowhere and started cranking out cool stuff. You know, again, I don't hide the fact that, you know, when I buy these boxes, I buy these boxes. I'm not one of these, you know, professional blogger reviewers who you know, say, I have a YouTube channel with 1,000 people, and if you would send me a box, I would review it. Daddy's paying $25 for each of these things a month. So it's kind of like, God, you know, where do I go? Do I go for consistency? Or do I go for, I guess I should have like a visual thing here. There we go. Do I go for consistency? Or do I go for the fact that finally, you know, so I've mentioned in past videos, I'm a teacher by trade, and sometimes you have those students at the beginning of the semester, they just need a little time to activate and come online, and once they do, they're throwing fire for the rest of the semester. You know, they're slow starters. You know, you throw out the phrase late bloomers, but man, once they go, they will destroy a class that I teach. So it's kind of like, do I have the straight A student who wrote the report that just kind of bored me a little bit, but it was still good? Or do I have the guy who sat in the back of the classroom surfing porn and handing in C-level work, who finally hands in that A paper that just, it's like, holy shit, you're capable of this? Where's this shit been all along? It's like, Nerd Block. Encouragement. Oop. Address number. Nerd Block. Encouragement. Less shit next time. I don't have a dog in the race, but goddamn, this was a box that was worth paying for. This was a box that had some cool stuff in it. Keep the cool boxes coming. Stop the shitty boxes. And I'm going to keep this in mind. You know, Sci-Fi Block, dead running. If Sci-Fi Block has a box like this next month, I might reconsider commuting the death sentence. If Arcade Block has a box like this next month, because, you know, I'm a gamer from the early 80s with the Atari 2600 in my home. If Arcade Block has a box like this, I will be absolutely elated. Nerd Block, you've won this month. Please, sweet Christ, don't suck next month. Everyone else, we'll see you in a month.